Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael Valarezo, and today I'll be discussing the use of steroids in high school, and specifically in high school student athletes. Steroid usage has been increasing recently throughout the years. Doping is a term used which most people don't understand, but today I am going to talk about the usage and why we should be steroid testing our kids and student athletes in high school. Doping, according to Courtney Lane at luc.edu, is trafficking or assistance in use of prohibited substances or methods to enhance performance, such as PEDs, but more specifically like Winstrol or Anadrol are type of PEDs that student athletes get their hand onto to higher the performance in sports such as basketball and football. According to Cameron Curlin, 1 in 20 student athletes use PEDs. That is on thewolfpacket.org. Now, an argument against the use of steroid testing is one, the cost, which is very cost expensive. It's just the use of it, and then the testing of all student athletes. And in Texas alone was $2.2 million. And according to GoGale.com, JJ Jurdy and Anthony Russell, it's too costly and also raises both legal concerns and ethnical concerns. And these concerns are just like whether you're allowed to be testing students, whether it's against the rights as students in the school, but in the school, you're allowed to take certain rights away from students if it's for the health and safety of themselves and others. According to legalmatch.com, in 2002, there's been expanded instances in which student athletes can be tested. In the case Board of Education versus Earls, the Supreme Court ruled that they are allowed to do testing on student athletes. One, for the health, and also for the fairness of the sport. The sport comes up as being taught and having fun, but as the older and higher level of competition you play, the more it is people want to be competitive, and that leads to the use of PEDs and steroids. And once out of high school, steroids are tested at all levels. NCAA and professional levels are constant testing. So kids should be used to testing beforehand by being tested in school. Being tested in school is better than is better. Okay. According to ULoop Inc. on GoGale.com and NCAA, there is drug testing. It is minimal due to its cost, but most athletes are tested twice a year in their sport. And really, the head of steroid testing in the NCAA thinks that the drug usage is an issue, and a way to prevent this is suggesting more drug testing and therefore education on the drug and its misuse of it. In this infographic I have right here with me, it says the effects and like side effects of taking PEDs and steroids like Anadrol at such a young age, when our bodies are still growing and like going through puberty. So right here in my infographic it says, and this infographic is from Global Sports Development. Acne, mood swings, and depression are side effects of taking steroids at a young age. One, it's because our body are going through its own hormones. So adding hormones into our body is going to affect our natural hormones occurring during puberty. So just baldness in men, suicide tendencies, deeper voices in women. There's just a lot of negative side effects that come along with steroid testing. And therefore, I think that steroid testing should be happening in student athletes. And I'd like to thank you for your time today, and have a great rest of your day.